So Ricky, after a long time without TV, Hatton Promotions now has a deal with Boxnation. Just explain how it came about and what fans can expect.
I've had a few meetings with Frank Warren to discuss the possibility of us doing Hatton Promotions doing fight us on Boxnation. And the first meeting went really well. It led to a second meeting, and then we agreed that we would. My fighters will be able to perform on the channel, which I was absolutely delighted. Got a fantastic stable of fighters, and we're going to be doing promotions, with the likes of Frank Warren and Frank Maloney and Cyclone Promotions and Hatton Promotions. And when you look at the stable that Frank Warren's got, I've got, Frank Maloney's got, and Cyclone Promotions with Carl Frampton, it's going to be fantastic for boxing fans. And for the promotions, I was bobbing along well with the promotions. My fighters were all still getting work, still getting great opportunities for them, but the fight fans wasn't getting the chance to see my fighters. Well, now they're going to get the chance to see them, and I've got a great stable of fighters. And it's about making the best fights. We're going to try and match my lads with Frank Warren's, and Frank Warren's going to match his lads with Frank Maloney, and then and it's going to change the trend of boxing. With so many promoters in years gone by don't want to work with her, you've got four of the top ones, the lads of the top ones, that are going to be working together. So it's a very exciting time to be involved with.
And come fight night, how's the mechanics going to work? Are you going to each have your individual shows with a sort of smattering of fighters from other promoters involved?
I think sometimes we'll have our individual shows. The majority of the ones will be co-promotions, where our lads will be getting together and obviously maybe to fight each other. Gary Buckland's on the first show, and Nathan Cleverly defends his world title in Cardiff. So Gary Buckland's going to be on that one. Martin Murray, we're hoping he's going to be announcing soon, maybe fight about September time. But it's really exciting times. From me fighters thinking, where am I going to be fighting next? Now we've got we've got a platform for them to run to, because there's nothing worse for a fighter when you don't know where your next fight's coming from. But now we've got these dates in place, I think my fighter's going to feel a lot more comfortable.
Is there potential as well to maybe sign some new people?
Absolutely, that's what made it difficult for me, to be honest, with no TV dates. It made it financially very difficult, and I wasn't in a position for to sign fighters. But now there's TV dates on. And a lot of my fighters were on the verge of world titles. Sergey Rabchenko's #1 WBC contender for Saul Alvarez. Gary Buckland, he's the British champion. He was just, scheduled to fight for the WBC silver belt, so he's right up there. Martin Murray, needs to say, is the leading middleweight in this country, I believe, and he's on the threshold of becoming a world champion. Jazza Dickens, he's obviously been put forward for the eliminator for the not an eliminator, to fight Kid Galahad. So hopefully that's a fight that one of my fighters can be involved in, and it puts Jazza Dickens in the mix with the likes of Quigg and Frampton. So it's I've got a real good stable, and I think being involved with Boxnation, the fact that you've got four leading promoters in this country are willing to work together to give the fans the best fights, and along with the fights that Boxnation has overseas, you've had you've got Mayweather, Alvarez, you've had Malignaggi, Broner, to name a few. You've got all the overseas great fights as well. So it really is the place to be, and for Hatton Promotions to be involved in it, it's great.
When you look at guys as well, you mentioned those people there, but say someone like Matty Askin, who's with Hatton Promotions. The fight with Dickinson rematch, does this make that easier because Dickinson's with Maloney and things like that?
Of course it does. Makes it very much easier. The hard thing has been, when you're trying to make matches, is that well, I'm not going to fight him because he's on Sky and he's on Boxnation, or he's on Channel 5 and he's on Boxnation, and I don't like working with that promoter, and I don't like working with him, and I've never got on with him. We've sort of put our feelings aside. We are rivals in many ways, but rivals that are willing to work together for the best thing for boxing. So it's brilliant. There's going to be some really exciting fights coming up.
Is there still the potential there to fight those guys that are on Sky as well, if the right fights come around at the right time?
To be honest with you, I can only speak for Frank Warren, Frank Maloney, myself and Barry McGuigan at Cyclone Promotions. We've said that all our lads are going to match with each other, and Eddie Hearn is obviously with Sky, but if he wants to share our enthusiasm, which is we want everyone to fight each other and fight the best and give the fans the best, or ideally that would be great. Or if he would rather stay on Sky on his own, that's only Eddie Hearn can fancy that. But I think you know, I think we've proved by signing this deal that we're all happy to all work together and all fight each other, and hopefully, you know, Eddie Hearn at Matchroom can get involved as well. There's no reason why we can't. I think we all want the best for British boxing, and I think with this deal that I've just been invited to join on Boxnation with the other promoters, I think it's going to be a good thing for British boxing.
Excellent, thank you.
Cheers.